Hi and welcome back to my channel. So I'm super excited about today's video because I think this message is so very timely. And before I jump right on in, I just want to say thank you so much to those of you who are subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you. I appreciate you supporting me in all that I do. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and feel free to share this video as well. So we're going to be talking about surviving stress and depression during the holiday season. And this is so very timely as we are approaching, or we're just getting into the holiday season. And, you know, we can't assume that everybody that's walking around with a smile on their face is necessarily happy, because a lot of people are not. You know, you have people who have lost loved ones recently. Some lost them in this year. Some may have lost them last year. This is the first Christmas without them. And so we just want to be mindful that not everybody is as happy as we are. And so I wanted to share this because this piece right here is so, it gave me something to really think about. And it says, imagine that you're watching TV, right? And in this show, you see people who are enjoying the holiday season. They're decorating storefronts, homes, and lawns. And there you are, dealing with family dysfunction, loneliness, end-of-year deadlines, both at work and in your personal life, loss of loved ones, friends, jobs, homes, or cars, breakups, divorce, mental health issues, or sickness. The holiday season is not so merry and bright for you. So that's why I said, you know, you can't assume that everybody is in the holiday spirit, because they're not, just for the very things that I've listed. So, everybody's not sitting around hoping for a picture perfect white Christmas. And I'm gonna be very honest with you. I'm not going through any of the things that I just named, but I don't want any snow. I'm not a snow person. So please, Lord, don't send on any snow for Christmas. Not in my neck of the woods anyway. But sometimes when you're hoping for that winter white Christmas, you can set yourself up for disappointment, and which then leads to depression. So let's just jump right on in and talk about some things that may come up for you this year, or someone that you might even know. So first of all, don't isolate yourself from others. The worst thing that you can do, in my opinion, is to isolate yourself from other people. This is the time that you want to be around other people. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that you want to be around people who are singing Christmas carols and decorating trees and baking cookies, because maybe that's not where you are right now. But surround yourself with people. Find a support group, volunteer at your church or your local community center or something, but just don't lock yourself away, thinking that you're going to tune out the world and then that's going to somehow make you feel better, because it really isn't. Plus, it just gives you too much time to think because you have so much downtime. And so, number 2, acknowledge how you're feeling. I think a lot of times we have a hard time acknowledging how we feel about things. We really do. And so you got to acknowledge how you feel. If this is not the best time of the year for you, acknowledge that. Even if you don't want to tell other people. And if you know me, then you know my hard, fast rule on this is be careful what you tell people. But most importantly, be careful who you tell it to, because every ear that's there to listen, guess what, has a mouth that they can run back and tell. So be careful who you reveal whatever's going on with you with, because you just can't tell everybody everything. But acknowledging how you feel. So it's okay to say to someone, you know what, this is the holiday season, and I know that you are just happy and bubbling over with joy, but I just don't really feel that way. I'm feeling a little down. I'm feeling a little depressed. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. I'm feeling a little lonely. Whatever it is that you're feeling, acknowledge that. It's okay. And don't let anybody tell you that it's not okay to acknowledge how you feel, because it is okay to acknowledge the way you're feeling. Next, be sure to ask for help. I think this is something that a lot of people struggle with, and that's asking for help. If for some reason that you are struggling with stress or depression during this holiday season, please, please, please go and seek the help that you need. It could be EAP on your job. It could be your pastor. It could be one of the associate ministers at your church. It could be somebody that you found in the yellow pages, a psychologist, a therapist, somebody that you can sit and talk to. But you have to ask for the help that you need. If you need someone to, let's say, things are just kind of bad with you, and you say, Michelle, look, I just need somebody to be there for me, to be, to check on me, to give me a call, a text, an email, or something, just to say, hey, just checking on you to make sure everything is okay. Don't be afraid to ask for help, because I think sometimes people think when I ask for help, it's a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of weakness. It's okay to ask for help. I ask for help when I need it. And so please be sure that you do that. Next, we want to talk about try to set aside your differences with others. This is so important, and I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that in my own family, I have never, ever, ever experienced where we have differences that keeps us from getting together, be it the holidays, birthdays, any other time of the year. But I do understand that not everybody has that, or I should say everybody can say that. You know what I'm saying? So put aside your differences. Maybe you can put aside the fact that you make banana pudding that's just awful, and the family doesn't want you to make any more banana pudding. And so you get in your feelings and you say, well, look, forget this. I'm not going to be bothered with them during the holiday season. Honey, put that thing to the side. It's all right. Let somebody else make the banana pudding. If you make banana pudding and it's good to your liking, make it for yourself, leave it at home. But don't stress over not going to be a part of family events over something as simple as banana pudding. You may have a family member that you don't agree with on something. Don't let that be the thing that keeps you from getting together with them over the holiday season. Put aside your differences. Honey, you can pick that stuff back up in January. But actually, put aside your differences, let it go and move on with life. Life is too short to be stressing over trivial things, in my opinion. And that's just, like I said, it's just my opinion. Try to accept family members and friends as they are, even if they don't live up to all of your expectations. Let me put a pin right there, because y'all know every family, thank God I don't have that in my family, but every family has that one person that does not live up to your expectations. And so you want to shun them during the holiday season, meaning that, you don't want them to come to your house. You're not going to go to their house. Honey, let that go. Let them be them. Set aside grievances until a more appropriate time for discussion, which is what I said. Pick it back up in January if you want to. But the best thing is just to let it go and move on. And be understanding if others get upset or distressed when something goes awry. Chances are they're feeling the effects of holiday stress and depression too. Okay? Next, create and stick. Oh, this is important. Take some notes. This is important. Create and stick to your holiday budget. Decide how much money you can afford to spend and then stick to your budget. I cannot stress this enough. If you don't remember anything that I've said to you today, you need to remember this. You have got to create a budget, and then you have to stick to it. If you say that my budget for everybody this holiday season is $60, and you go out and you see something that's $75 for your Aunt Gertrude, I don't care how nice it is, you cannot get it, period. You set a budget, live within that budget. Now, unless they mark that item down on sale, then you can go back and get it. But if it does not fall in your budget, please don't get it, because I'm going to tell you what happens. We overspend, right? Everybody's happy, we're laughing, we're having a great time. And then when that credit card statement comes in the mail, then your depression begins to set in, because you say, oh God, I had a budget. I went way over budget. Now I'm stuck with this huge bill that I have to repay. So again, create and stick to your holiday budget. I cannot stress that enough. Next, plan ahead to avoid stress. Set a plan so you'll know what is expected of you and others. Doing this will also keep your expectations in proper perspective. I love this. I can wing many things in my life. But I think whenever you're planning for the holiday season, or any get together for that matter, there has to be a plan so that you know who's bringing the greens, who's bringing the sweet potatoes, who's bringing the peas, the pie, all of that good stuff. Because when you don't have a plan and everybody shows up with a dish, and now you've got 5 different meats, no vegetables, and 10 desserts. Well, what kind of meal is that? You know what I'm saying? So plan ahead so you'll know what everybody is doing. If you all are going out of town, plan ahead so that you'll know. And it's nice to even keep an itinerary so you'll know what everybody's plans are in terms of travel. Okay, so if you've got everybody that's flying in, create a plan so you'll know what time everybody's flying in. If they're coming by train, if they're driving, you know what time everybody's going to be arriving, the hotel, and you have a plan for what it is that you all are going to do. This way it eliminates some of the stress. Some of this, y'all, we can do ourselves to keep things from being stressful. But hey, some people like to wing it. I like I said, I can wing many things, but if we're hooking up to go someplace and spend time together, I need to have a plan so I know what to expect. And then last but not least, learn how to say no. So I need you to remember to create your budget, your holiday budget, but I also need you to get this into your spirit. Learn how to say no. If you are asked to do something that you know beyond a shadow of a doubt you can't do, then say no. If people don't understand your no or they get angry, so be it. So be it. I'm going to tell you something. And I know it's easier said than done because it's not always easy to say no when people ask you to do things. And what I've come to understand is that people are asking you to do whatever it is they're asking you to do because they know that they can count on you. See, when people can count on you, they constantly come to you and ask you to do things. And guess what? We always say, okay. And I know for me, even in the church, a lot of times I'm asked to do things and I'll say, okay, I'll do it. But honestly, my heart's not in it. My mind really isn't in it. But because you asked me, I'm going to do it. And I learned that it's okay to say, no, I cannot do it. Thank you for thinking of me. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, but I really cannot do it. You have to say no. You really do, especially around the holiday season because there's so much stuff that needs to be done. If you're expecting guests over, you've got to clean up your house. Somebody says, oh, well, Michelle, girl, you can throw down in the kitchen. So we need you, or we want you to prepare Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner. Now, let me just pause right there. And because there's a joke in there. And that joke is I don't cook. So no one would ask me to prepare anything. But I'm just saying, if I did cook and someone said to me, we want you to prepare Thanksgiving and then, oh, by the way, Christmas dinner. Now, we all know that when you're trying to prepare dinner for a large group of people, it's a lot of work. You've got to do all the shopping, the cooking, the preparing, the setting up, kind of help serving, and then the cleanup. So it's okay to say, no, thank you, I can't. Or, I know we don't want to hurt people's feelings. It's all right to say, well, you know what? I don't mind doing this, but I'm going to need some help. So can I get 3 or 4 other people to help me out? Now that's only if you have a hard time saying no. Then you pull that card from your back pocket to say, you know what? I don't mind doing it, but I'm going to need some help. Otherwise, learn to say no. If you don't want to be saddled down with keeping all the kids on Christmas Eve so that their parents can set up their trees, either you can't do it, you don't feel like doing it, you have other plans, it's all right to say no. I mean, the world's not going to come to an end because you say no. And I think I'm going to do a video going into depth about saying no because I know that we all have, myself included, we all have a hard time with saying no. So those have been your tips on how to deal with the stress and depression that can come during the holiday season. And again, I just need you to really get this in your spirit. If you are suffering from depression, please go seek help. Please go seek the help that you need. And if by chance you need some medication, please be sure that you're taking your meds as you're supposed to take them, because while I cannot personally say that, I know anything about depression, because I don't. I've never been in that situation, and I pray to God that I never end up there. But we know that folks that suffer from depression, it can be a really hard thing to watch, because I've seen it. So I just want to encourage you all to, hopefully let some of what I said kind of ring in your spirit. Hopefully it helps you out. If you have some other tips on how to deal with depression and stress during the holiday season, please be sure to leave them in the comments section and share them with other people. And I just want to wish you all a happy holiday season. And, like I said, we're going to do something different this year. We're not going to stress about anything. If you can't do it, say no. If you don't have money for it, say no. It's all right. So until our next video, I hope that this helps you in some way, shape, or form. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Until then, take care.